All right, we're back for episode 50, the big 50. I'm Mike.
I'm Fred.
I'm Rob.
I'm Tim.
All right. Well, we got a square now. We're closer to a circle. We had a triangle before. Now we're a square. We need one more to make it a circle, maybe. Or is that a
I don't know
pentagram?
if we could, if we can actually work it to a circle. I don't think.
Could we get Hanley's head in the picture?
No.
Not
No, we
well,
can barely get yours in.
If you scoot back to about your door frame, we
It's
could
so
probably
funny.
get it.
You got the biggest head, and you got the littlest. Like if you look at from my viewpoint, you got the skinniest view.
Yeah.
That's because he's got the iPhone.
Yeah.
The iPhone is slimming. See?
If you turned your iPhone on the side, it would probably be wider. I don't know. I'm just
you
guessing.
Put your head next to Montana, and it's not still.
How's
not,
that?
I mean,
Yeah, much better. What happened? What'd you do?
Yeah.
Now we can see your whole
side.
Oh, you
now
did.
we can see your whole face.
Now we can see. Now we can see your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those ears. Those ears. Like Baby New Year.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I got to get something. Start up.
Oh,
Go ahead.
shit. He's gonna take a
This
dump.
will be good.
He's got
Still doesn't know the show etiquette.
Well, you've left. You've ate on the show. What's the etiquette, Fred?
Our etiquette is there is no etiquette.
Right. Exactly. What is he looking for?
Okay, let's listen in.
I told you I'm doing the show with my friends. You don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends.
Jamie, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
The guys all say hi.
Jamie.
Meatloaf. I never know what she's doing back there.
Yeah. He's gonna go all Ryan Reynolds from Just Friends. Jamie.
You stay.
I
I'm
feel
doing
so
my
much
show. I'm doing my show. I told
When
you.
Jamie smiles, it
Yes.
takes me miles.
Miles.
All right, I'm gonna try something.
Oh Jesus
Oh.
Christ!
Shit, he's
Here we're gonna go. Try to
going
That's what I
Blair,
like.
Blair
Try
Witch
it.
Project.
Try it on the show. That's what I like, Tim.
Okay,
There
here
you
we
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Perfect.
Okay, Mike, you can
Wow.
hit record again. Oh, I forgot. We already did it.
Nice.
Nice.
So Tim, you went up north. What else is going on, man? When you going back to work already? Jesus Christ.
Sounds like second week of March.
Oh, really? Okay.
Gotta go see Perk. So
How's
everything's good.
how's the knee?
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
just one day at a time deal. It gets old after a while. Just I'm ready.
Right knee, left knee, weenie.
The right knee. So it's
Right knee.
it's one of them deals where, work is slow a little bit. So it's a good time to be off when it's the cold weather. So I'll be right back out into it. So we're looking good. Good.
Nice.
But the trip up north was beautiful. We drove up. It was clear, dry roads. We drove back. It was clear, dry roads. It was sunny, and we had a blast. Raised some good money for Special Olympics and Sports Warriors, and it was awesome. So, a lot
Nice.
of fun.
Nice.
So is the Special Olympic money going to you?
No, well, it could.
He's
For-
not
for,
he's
uh,
not just
for
a
reduction.
fundraiser, he's also a member.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
starting to look like Corky from Life Goes On.
That was funny like a year ago, Fred, when you said
Yeah.
it the first
I
time.
think it's
You gotta
still
get
funny.
material out that.
I mean, anytime you can pull out a Corky joke, it's funny. That shit's funny.
To all our future sponsors there, the Idiot Circle observes everybody's differences and accepts all.
Yeah, that's why Timmy's on the show.
Except apparently this week we don't accept Serena Williams though.
Oh boy, we
Yeah.
were on her for sure.
Jesus Christ, guys.
I'm not a fan.
No.
We're not a fan. It's the Tick is not a fan of the
Her and
Williams
Beyonce. I
sisters,
can't.
maybe.
I don't.
Let's
I don't
just
like her and
say-
Beyonce.
What's the
She's not-
tick?
The Idiot Circle.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you got the Idiot Circle.
Yeah.
Well,
The Tick.
well, isn't today like number 50?
What's that? Today
Yeah.
it's
Tick is
50, yeah.
50 years old.
Well, yeah. Did you not hear Mike say Number 50.
He
No,
wasn't listening.
I was cutting in and out. This
We're-
thing, you know.
Okay,
that reception.
squirrel. Squirrel.
Oh, there he goes.
He just,
Oh, there he
he just
goes.
hung up. I think that hangs up when he
This is great. This is great show. This is great.
Hey, everybody.
I when you the
Hey,
when
hey,
I
everybody.
do this when I do
Everybody
this,
What did I know how to use the earphone?
when I do this it cuts out.
Yeah. Everybody have a golf clap ready when he starts coming on.
Is he gonna make it back? We don't even know.
Well, he's probably too embarrassed.
he doesn't want to take the wrath. Good night.
Where are you at this week, Rob? Home? Looks
I
like
was
home.
in Orlando. I got home today.
All right. And that's what, couple hour drive, 2.5?
Yeah, about a couple. It's about, without traffic, it's about just under 2 hours.
Everybody.
Yay!
Don't ask me, guys.
Did it hang up when you?
I know how to use my headphone.
Did it hang up when you hit it? Is that what happens?
Yeah, I touched my ear with that. Then it went. It shut it off.
Don't do it again. For
Yeah.
Christ's sakes.
Anyway,
So,
sorry,
Rob, the big
boys.
question
Yeah.
is, when you drove back, you drive the back roads.
I do.
Where did you stop to eat? That's the question.
No, I didn't. I
Oh, you
didn't
didn't?
stop to eat. I wanted to get home, so I didn't get out of there till like 4:30.
Oh wow! So you
So I
just pulled
boogied-
in.
I just boogie back, just pulled in. I normally though I would stop like at a little barbecue spot off 27 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you pull off and get the barbecue. I was just wondering if you went on the way back this time.
I didn't.
No
There
go.
is a place somewhere past Mulberry, Florida, which is 33 and 20s, no, 33 and 60. And there's a damn good barbecue place there that I like to stop at when I'm in the area.
They don't do brisket though. We're the shit, right?
They
You don't
do
even bother.
brisket. I don't get brisket any place but Texas because
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good point.
yeah.
Good
There's
point.
a place in Robbo. There's a place north of Lakeland. Been obviously some years since I've been down there, but it was called Jaybirds, and it was literally served out of a warehouse, falling apart garage. The lady.
Really?
You sat on wood picnic tables. Rick Sellers from Central Michigan University,
Oh,
Uh,
see? CMU!
and he was in the minors with me. Took me there. It was absolutely awesome. Like
Not
right out of
far
the
up
back
is Leesburg, though, right? But just
Yeah,
a little
it's
north of
just,
Lakeland.
just north of Lakeland, Florida.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it would be north of it. Yeah, it was awesome. Like I've never experienced anything like that. He's like, "Come on, little feller, we're going." Man, you
He
got.
must have been big if you're a little
No, he
fella.
was, oh yeah, Rick Sellers is a big dude. Big
Yeah, he's
dude.
about 6'6", 6'7".
Well, he's a big dude.
Well, I mean, Tim's 6'1", so what the hell?
Well, yeah, 6'2".
Hey, so we talked about something in one of our texts during, I think it was the Super Bowl, right after the Super Bowl.
We had a lot of text during the
My
Super
God,
Bowl.
I tell you, if I still think
There was a lot.
Our
Yeah,
texts
where my
are epic. They really are. I mean, I wish most of our other three listeners could see what's on the text, but we text about a topic that is a worldwide conversation, and I thought we would bring it up. I know one of the opinions on the show for sure. I know one. So
Probably mine.
No, it's Fred's. It's
okay.
The topic is Kiss, was it just an entertainment band or actual had musical talent? That's something that's on, like, you could look on the web, and you find all kinds of, it's like mustard on a hot dog or ketchup on a hot dog. I mean, it is a topic out there.
Okay.
So Fred, I mean, I'm going to let you plead your case on this, because I know and then we're going to go around the horn for everybody to see what they have to say.
Okay. Number 1, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Done. Period. Done. They didn't do it, but just pure entertainment. They did because of their music too. I know, and it's not everybody's taste. Rolling Stones aren't everybody's taste. The Who's not everybody's taste. Aerosmith's not everybody's taste. But
Yeah,
they had to
good
do
point.
something. They actually had to do something to get there. And there's still people, mind you, that should be in the Hall of Fame, and there's people that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, because it's not considered rock and roll, but it's whatever.
Well, I
But the
mean,
fact that,
the Hall of Fame shouldn't even be in Cleveland. So
well, that's true for sure. But so that's number one. Number two, sure. If you speak to Geddy Lee, he'll tell you that Kiss by far is the reason why they were one of the hardest working bands as a three-piece. Their whole career was because of Kiss. They learned everything from Kiss. Van Halen was discovered by Gene Simmons. I mean, there's a million things that you could go through. And of course, if you look at their songs, there was a time where Elvis had the most, top 100 hits. Kiss passed him back in 1981. So, I mean, I know, obviously, if I had a chance to go see Kiss or the Who, I'd rather go see Kiss. But I mean, if someone said, "Hey, I want you to go see the Rolling Stones or Kiss," which one would you go to? Man, that would be flipping hard to make that decision. I've seen Kiss enough. I've only seen the Stones once, so I'd probably pick the Stones. But they are pure entertainment, but they also have good music. I'm not saying everything that they've done is good music, but I will tell you.
I'm gonna read you a couple people are in the. I just pulled it up. People are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Beastie Boys are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
The Beach Boys,
Awesome.
Bee Gees,
Oh yeah, the Bee Gees.
yeah,
Harry Belafonte is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No idea.
Dolly Parton's in the Hall of Fame. She just got
Blondie is
inducted
in
last year.
the Hall of Fame.
Oh, we're going through the whole list. Cool.
No, I'm just I have it up. I'm just going through just random, just picking out.
All right,
stuff.
find some people that shouldn't be, because so far the only one you've said is Harry Belafonte that probably shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be in there. Okay.
Yeah, find some that shouldn't be. Like, there's got to be.
Dick Clark.
Oh, he should be.
Oh,
for
he
sure.
should be.
I
Okay.
mean,
American
Bandstand
Bandstand.
and
Or
all that.
let me just read you some names just from ABBA.
No.
Yep.
Paul Ackerman, Lou
Who?
Elder,
Who's that?
The Animals,
Yeah,
Louis
the Animals.
Armstrong, Chet Atkins, Clarence Avant, Irving Azoff, Joan Baez, Laverne Baker, Hank Ballard, the band, Barry Mann and Cynthia Frank
sure.
Barcelona. There's a lot of inductees into the Hall of Fame, and a lot of them are not rock and roll, right? I mean, we know
Some of these are producers and record
Yeah. So
label people too.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So just because you're in the Hall of
Jackson
Fame,
Brown. Jackson.
Hell yes, he
well,
should
yeah,
be.
of course,
Okay.
goes without saying.
What's sad is the people that are not in there. Deep Purple, Rainbow, Dio. I mean, I know that obviously there's a ton out there.
Nat King Cole is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, but you have to remember back then, if
That
he
was
sang
rock and roll.
back
No.
then, he was a ballad singer, but if he did anything high,
Deep Purple's not in, but Alice Cooper is.
Alice
Well,
Cooper should be in.
Alice
Yeah,
Cooper
but so
should.
if he's in, so should Deep Purple.
I agree.
No, anybody disagree?
I mean, I wouldn't draw a direct comparison, but should Deep Purple be in? Yeah.
Here's
probably.
one. I think they are in, but I know there'd be controversy over this one. The Cure.
Of course.
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
question.
I know some people that just absolutely hate The Cure, though.
Well,
Well,
that's because they don't have any taste.
You shouldn't associate yourself with those people.
All right.
By the way, Deep Purple is in the Hall of Fame. They were inducted in 2016.
There you go. Deep Purple. Nice.
Def Leppard was also
Yeah, they should be
in
in.
2019.
Well, it's Deep Purple's in, eh? That was my fault. I thought there was a big list that I
He
saw.
just willed them in by saying.
How about this? How about this one? Depeche Mode.
Rock and
There's
roll?
arguments both.
I don't know.
There's rock. There's
Dire Straits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dire Straits, of course.
But aren't they only like a 2-hit wonder?
No.
Oh, no, they got more songs than that. They were good.
But
They
I
got a
mean,
little-
one
they-
one of their hits is like one of the most famous songs ever, "Sultans of Swing." I mean, it's
Yeah, yeah. That the problem was when they got in the 80s, they started getting a little
Duran is in the Rock and Roll
they
Hall
should
of
be.
Fame.
should
They
be.
should be.
It's the bands from like the late 60s and 70s that
ELO, Tim. ELO.
I love getting
Yeah.
cut off.
Yellow.
Eminem last year was
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually pretty cool on the ceremony.
I guess I could relate to music on the roller skating music. That would be about it.
All right, let me
Remember
hear
those
your
days?
take, Tim, on Kiss. Kiss, is it
Me?
was it- yeah, was it,
Oh,
was it
I enjoyed their music. I thought it was awesome. Did I ever see them in concert? Nope, I never seen them in concert. I always, but their songs, I always, well, I guess one of my favorite songs was "Lick It Up." That was a good one. I always liked that. It was,
yeah.
being in baseball, you hear a lot of music. So every stadium's different. Rock and roll, this country, hip hop. I mean, it was you hear it all. So I mean, but I always liked Kiss music. I think I was probably introduced to more Kiss music hanging out with Fred because he always played it. So,
Yeah.
but my brothers, believe it or not, had 8-track. I still remember in my mom and dad's car. It was an 8-track tape of it or something was of Kiss. It was for like old.
What was on the cover? Do you remember?
I don't even remember.
Shit, he can't remember his name sometimes. I gotta play.
very
I gotta
true.
tell him. I gotta tell him who that person is so he remembers. So when they walk up to say hi to him, he can say, "Hey, how's it going?" So and so.
But that was a long time ago, man. I can't remember it. I always liked Kiss, so it was good.
How about
I
you?
have nothing
Mike,
to
I know you were giving Fred some crap, but
I mean, that's the only way to get him to
But
jump into the text conversation, of course.
What's your take on it?
Well, I do like a lot of their songs, okay, but I will say that they put on one of the best shows that you'll ever see. Seriously, they do.
Oh,
So I think I see where people are coming from because they put a lot into the show, and the live show is like it's kind of better than their music is. I wouldn't say that their music is horrible. I like their music, but seeing them live is more of an experience than like if I had a choice, well, do you want to listen to them on the radio or do you want to see them live? I would rather see them live, even if I couldn't really hear the music, the concert itself. So that's why I think people are debating because their live shows are awesome and they are very entertaining. And does that overshadow the music? That's really the question. I mean, they do have great music, but there's not too many bands that have better live shows than Kiss. I've only seen them a couple times, but when I did, it was amazing. Actually, one of them was I took Delaney to see him at I believe it was Pine Knob, but it was awesome. It was cool. But yeah, I think they're both. I think they have good music and obviously they're good entertainers. But
they're done, right? They're done, aren't they? Or are they still?
No, they're still
no,
out
they're
there.
on their
Still out
18th
there?
Yeah.
final
That's
final
like
tour.
every other band that says it's their last show and then they play again. So
The ink spots are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the ink spot. I mean, that's 50s rock and roll, so I could see that.
Jay-Z is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't even think it makes sense that Eminem is really, but
well, so the problem is there is no hip hop Hall of Fame.
or if there is, it's not, it's not played. It's not played up, right?
Yeah.
Kid's got to be in there, Rob?
Kid Rock.
He's got to be in there. He's got to be in there, eh?
No, I don't think he is.
I didn't see him. No.
No, he's not in there yet.
No, he'll get in.
Journey
He should
is
get
in there, Mike.
Oh, Journey, baby. Journey.
Well, of course.
What's
One
your
song,
favorite
Rob.
Mike? Come on.
It's only one song that I don't like.
One song you don't like.
Yeah, I like.
I
would
he's
say
only
I
told
like
you that
every
12
one
times.
of their songs, but I
our class song.
detest one of their songs.
It's our class song.
Ready
You can't
for
beat that song.
1,000 points.
What's that?
Year was Kiss inducted into the Rock and Roll
For
Hall?
oh, here we go. Fred's got to get this right.
Let's see. It's either 2018 or 2019.
Both wrong. I'll tell you that. I'll give you one more guess.
I say
Uh,
2015.
2021.
2015, Mike wins closest. It was 2014.
He Googled
God,
it.
it just seems like it was
I
just
didn't
on
Google.
the.
Did you see me Googling?
The Kinks are in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yes.
Fame. I
They should.
love the Kinks.
You're kinky. That's why.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lead Belly is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You ever hear what was the singer for shit? Well, he bought Lead Belly's guitar. Was tried to buy Lead Belly's guitar, and the guy wanted like 100,000 for it.
Was it Eddie Vedder or?
No, Kurt Cobain.
Oh,
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah,
Kurt
Matter of
Cobain
fact,
tried to buy whose guitar?
Lead Bellies. So it's in their unplugged. He's talking about it like just before they do the song, and someone
I
says,
wouldn't have sold him anything too.
"Yeah." Well, I mean, listen. Okay, that's a good topic right there. I mean, you weren't a fan of Kurt Cobain's, and it wasn't Lead Belly. Lead Belly's been dead for
All right.
30, 40 years, but it was the estate of the Lead Belly. They was
Mhm.
trying to buy the car. Were you a fan of Kurt Cobain?
I could take him or leave him. I mean, it all depended. I mean, there's some stuff that I like, but it just really didn't do anything for me. The whole grunge thing was
Yeah.
kind of a rough time for some music, and as you can tell, moving forward, music has completely lost its ability to
Your thoughts,
be
Mike?
imaginative and not have to do a remake of somebody else's song. Just
What
like
say you, Mike?
Nirvana? Yeah, love him. Love him.
Me too. I mean, was he a voice of a generation? Was he
100%.
they basically started the grunge scene, and whether
Absolutely,
you
they
like
did.
grunge or not, I mean, they were a part of rock and roll history for sure.
Oh, there's no question. They were part of the grunge scene. They were early grunge. I mean, it was them, Smashing Pumpkins, Soundgarden,
Stone Temple Pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots,
Alice in Chains.
You
Alice
said
in
Pearl
Chains,
Jam, right?
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. Oh yeah.
So
Hey, Tim, can
Fred
you
doesn't
believe
like any
this?
of those bands.
Yes. Can you
saying.
believe that? Can you believe
No,
this,
I didn't
Tim?
say that at
They
all.
got Led
What?
Zeppelin in the Hall of Fame and LL Cool J. I wonder if their busts are right next to each other, like all the guys.
Yeah,
from
probably.
Led Zeppelin and
Yeah,
then-
that's the Mount Rushmore of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Have any of you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes.
No, I have not.
I will tell you, I was extremely disappointed going through there.
It's in Cleveland,
As-
isn't it?
Yeah, as much as I was even more disappointed in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
I've driven by it so many times. I never stopped. Always wanted to.
I actually like
It
the
didn't-
Science Center next to the Hall of Fame better.
But
The
I
Rock
guess
and
they
Roll Hall
had.
of Fame.
When's the last time you were there, Freddie? When's the last time you went to the Hall of Fame?
Probably. Let's see. Probably 2015 or 16. 14,
I know
15,
they-
16, somewhere in there.
Was that like would you say there looked like there was like additions put onto that? Because I guess
They were in progress of the additions.
Okay, I supposedly it's awesome, and they added to that football field that's right there too, because some high school plays out there or something.
Well, I will just tell you this, that I was so excited to see, all the busts of the players.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking it's gonna be in this big giant room, and it's gonna be all, it's gonna be fantastic. It's just a
Yeah.
little space, and they're all just jammed on top of each
Yeah,
other. It was just
yeah.
horrible.
I was there.
How
2
many?
years
How,
ago, Tim.
how many are in there? Do you know the number?
170,
No.
maybe something
No,
like that.
it's in the threes or 370s.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I think. Don't quote me. You have to say there's not a lot. So,
Only 5 a year go in.
yeah, so I mean, it's not a big number,
Yeah.
but
Did
I
you
mean,
Did you guys know NWA is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Well,
Now, I love NWA personally, but I'm not sure they should be in the Rock and Roll.
Well,
Hall.
I think, the reason why they're in is because they were one of the first hip hop bands or rap bands that
Oh,
kind of started the whole,
Well, they started gangster rap.
yeah.
hell, I thought you were talking about Northwest Airlines. I'm just kidding.
They're gone.
Yeah, right.
And, yeah,
Kind of
North-
like Easy. They're kind of like Easy. They're
Yeah,
gone.
he
Yeah.
gone.
There you go.
There you go.
So get this. Can you imagine like the family of NWA going in there to look at their family? And right next door is Ricky Nelson's family because Ricky Nelson's in the rock
Ricky
and roll.
Yeah.
That would be a dynamic.
Went to a
group.
garden party,
Nirvana.
reminisce with my old friends.
Guess what, Fred? Nirvana was inducted the same year as Kiss.
Well,
Wow.
good for them.
And Notorious B.I.G. is in the Rock and Roll.
Biggie,
Big-
biggie,
What
biggie,
about-
man. Didn't
What
you
about
see?
Phil Collins? What about Phil Collins?
Well, he's in
Genesis?
there with Genesis for sure.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Genesis is in yet.
Yeah, they're in. I saw.
Are
You
they?
wanna-
Okay.
You want to know what
But
year?
I'm just wondering if Phil Collins as a
Individual?
as a individual
Solo.
solo, because I saw him in concert a couple of years back, and he was it was a phenomenal concert. It was
He
great.
went in. Genesis went in 2010.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
Well, I didn't want to get into deep rabbit hole. Queen was in.
Really, you didn't want to get in?
I don't want to get in a rabbit hole, but he just keeps
Yeah, we've only been talking about this topic for
Public
27
Enemy.
minutes.
Public Enemy is in.
Public Enema.
Yeah.
Okay, next topic.
Read the room, Rob. Read the room.
Rob.
All right. So you want me to do scroll through the
Spit it
text,
out.
our
Let's go.
text messages and read a random one, and you guys got to
Oh
pick
yeah,
who
that'd
said
be
it.
awesome.
Pick who said
No.
it.
Yeah,
It'll be too
Yes.
obvious.
do it.
Do it.
Do it. He's spinning the text wheel.
They grow it outside and they roll it in for the game inside. Who said it?
Kevin Mon.
No, it was
Oh,
Timmy.
that was me.
Yeah, you can't raise your hand, dumbass. We're trying to fight this.
Nice job,
That's
Horseshack.
because I drove by it. I saw it growing out there. That's
Yeah.
why they have issues with it. It's like,
Right.
Oh,
Nice
okay,
job.
sorry, Rob.
Nice job, Horseshack.
Was it a good game? Was it not? I know we all watched it at some point in time. I don't know if we all sat there through the whole thing, but I don't know.
Fourth, I mean, there was a lot of pretty good plays. I mean, who'd have
Yeah.
thought Hurts would have fumbled like that? You know, kicked it.
Well,
next thing you know,
but that was just to tie the game. It wasn't for them to go ahead. But
well,
I think it's the third highest Super Bowl,
Was
Third
it
ha-
really?
third highest viewed Super Bowl in history.
Wow.
And here's the sad part. At halftime, it went up to over 18 million views or whatever, which is which peaked, and then when the game came back down, it went right back down to where it was for the game.
Really?
So more
People
people
wanna see
were
Rihanna.
interested in halftime than the football game. In my opinion, I was disappointed that Kansas City was in there because I really didn't want them in. I thought Cincinnati, I thought Cincinnati and Philadelphia would be more of an interesting matchup. And who knows if Philadelphia would have been there if Jimmy Garoppolo would have been healthy and the San Francisco 49ers had a not their fourth string quarterback basically playing. But again, was the game exciting or at least close? Yes. But the thing is when there's a team in there that you really don't like you just can't stand, and then they get in, it's like
yeah.
That would be Kansas City.
that would. Now here's a question for you guys. After the game, they did the bet lines for next year's who's has the best Super Bowl chance.
Detroit.
Okay. Out of the top 20, where do you think Detroit finished in that?
Didn't even
19.
see it.
I didn't see
What's
it.
Well,
Eight.
Say middle of the
that's
road.
why
10.
8.
I'm gonna say 10.
What do you say, Rob?
19.
number 9.
Ooh, nice.
So close, Rob.
Really?
So they're in the top 10, according to the betting line right now. So
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a nice thing.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
I think
Yeah.
the resurgence of the Lions, and of course, the best part is they didn't lose any of their coaches other than Deuce Staley, and the person they got to replace him has a pretty good track record.
And I
But, you know,
heard that
not-
he's interviewing for other positions, like
They're-
offensive
Really?
coordinator roles. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I heard.
Well,
that's
right-
tough.
well,
They jump
well,
around pretty good.
Well, right now,
so many open
there's no
positions.
coaching jobs available. At this point, but offensive coordinator, if he
There
gets,
is. They still haven't hired
they already hired
Offense.
somebody for the Colts.
no, there's the well, yeah, but there's still coordinator positions that are open.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. So, but the thing is if he accepts a job and he takes off, that's kind of a dick move. But of course,
Yeah.
business is business.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
the
the
funny
Lions
thing.
kept them intact. That's good.
Well, here's the thing. What's been nice for us is the fact that we had meaningful football all the way through Christmas.
Yes.
And then the nice thing is this resurgence from them. It looks like it's kind of starting to rub off to these guys right here. They're all of a
Yeah.
sudden picking it up and
Yeah.
taking care of business. They're 2 points out of being in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
it's quite exciting to see what they're going to do at the trade deadline in March. But I know Mike's not much of a hockey person, but it's nice because we already know what summer's going to be like. The epitome of suck. The Detroit Tigers are going to be absolutely horrendous.
Oh.
Michigan Panthers.
Well, maybe. Well, maybe
They're playing in
maybe
Detroit. this
from
time.
There's
last
hope.
last to
There's
first.
hope,
let's
Bordeaux.
hope-
There's hope.
yeah,
When does that start?
April.
April.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
they're
mean,
not
think
going to do
about
that
it.
stupid, ridiculous thing where they all play in Birmingham, Alabama. Then.
No, I
No,
think they're
that was
pushing
all
it up.
COVID
Let's do
related
that
stuff.
COVID.
And they wanted to
COVID,
see what the
COVID.
ratings were going to be before they started trying to find a
Yeah.
home field to play at. So
I have going back to Super Bowl just for one thing. I still don't understand why that guy doesn't score that touchdown. I still don't get it.
The reason is and I agree with you. I mean, it's idiotic because then you're forcing them to go down to score a touchdown to tie.
Yeah.
And you're leaving it up to your
wanted to take-
kicker.
Yeah, they wanted to. Yeah, exactly. So if the guy would have missed, and then they would have got the ball back and kicked the field goal, they would have looked like fucking morons.
I still don't
Yeah.
get it. Like, why do you
I
take?
just think they wanted to run the clock down to the 0.
They
wanted
wanted
I
to
to
know,
run the
but take
clock.
take the sure 6 points.
Yeah.
And
I said the same thing.
Philadelphia has no timeouts, and what was it, a minute and 40 something left? They got to go
Yeah,
the
but-
whole length of the field to score a touchdown to beat you.
You
I
know,
don't get it.
like this happened. The reason why his team started doing this, Belichick trained his running backs, and it happened one time like 3 years ago. However, the Patriots were up by I can't remember, 8, and he stopped his running back and then ran the timeout. Instead of scoring, he would have been up by 8. How did that work, Fred? Remember? And then
they basically do it so the clock continues to run, and obviously, that gives them a chance to either kick the winning field goal or just run the clock out. Now
Yeah.
that happened with the Lions playing the Falcons the one year, and Todd Gurley
I
tried
do
to stop it,
remember
and he
Oh,
lost
yeah,
his
they
balance,
pushed
went
him
into the
in.
end zone, and then Stafford took him right down the field and hit Hawkins in the end zone with no time left on the clock to win the game. So
that. Yeah.
so there's good things to do with that. I mean, it's a good strategy, but it's just the point
The
of
Patriot one though is they were up by 8. So
Yeah.
even if the team got the ball, when the team got the ball, they had to go score a touchdown and go for 2. Not this situation where, I mean, that would have been.
Belichick's probably understanding there's probably fantasy points because he hates fantasy sports, period. Plus, on
Yeah.
top of that, yeah, I'm sure in some way, he probably knows
Yeah.
what what the line is on the game, and he's just doing it to piss people off. I mean, but again,
Think of the money.
it's still a good strategy. It's still a good strategy.
Think of the money
I
that
didn't
gets
get it.
lost on that. When you think he's going to score, you got that square. If they score and he falls down at the one and goes, "Now I'm not going to go in." You're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Right? All that money to change hands. Oh gosh.
Oh,
It
yeah.
should. They shouldn't have been able to run out the clock anyway. Can we agree that holding call was the weakest ass holding call you've ever seen in your life?
Well,
He held
Bradbury
him, though.
came. Bradbury got
held
interviewed.
him.
He said, "I did hold him." He goes,
No, he said
Well,
he
he
tugged
did.
his jersey.
He did.
They
held
do
him.
that
He says-
every fucking
I know.
play.
Yeah,
Every
he did.
play.
Well, again, the referee should not
And he did. He
be a part
decided
of the
the
outcome
game.
of the game. And
He
he
decided
Well, here's
the
the
game.
thing. I heard Dan Patrick said this, and I thought it made perfect sense. Ticky tack call, right? Should never call that when it ends a game, especially a Super Bowl like that.
Absolutely.
However, Dan Patrick said, "Listen, the players are upset because all the players are upset about this. It's not just the Philadelphia Eagles. The players are upset because if that guy would have been calling that same thing all game and he had set a precedent, then even the Eagles wouldn't have been mad. But because he never called that all game except for the end to decide the Super Bowl, that's why everybody is upset.
There is. I venture to say this, and I don't think I'm wrong. I'd say 90+% of the time there is a penalty on every play. If you looked. If you looked.
So let me So let me interject. The play in the AFC Championship game where the guy hit Mahomes out of bounds. Watch the whole play, and both defensive ends are mugged, completely mugged. Should have been a holding call. Got no call at all.
No call.
And put them in a position. Why? Because the NFL wanted Kansas City to be in the Super Bowl, and that's just oh, I want the story. I want the Andy Reid old coach, his old team versus his team now. Oh, the Kelsey brothers facing each other, blah blah blah. Whereas
Mahomes,
Cincinnati,
the new GOAT.
I mean, that was a hit out of bounds.
Never
Though.
be the GOAT.
That was definitely a late.
It was, yes, it was.
Yeah.
I can't stand Mahomes, man. I'm so tired of him.
No.
So tired.
Well,
I'm not so much hating Mahomes himself. I think he's a pretty good kid.
I don't hate him. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Well, let me ask you this:
how they're anointing him as the greatest of all time right now, because we're not even close to that realm yet.
Right. So let me ask you this, guys: if his wife kept her mouth shut and his dumbass brother went away, and neither one of them ever existed, and he played, would you have a different perspective on him?
No. Because
I don't follow social media enough for them to affect me. I don't see them.
Oh, it's just I'm not on it either, but it's just what people talk about, and it ends up being on the talk radio and everything. But I just hate the fact that they're starting to anoint this guy like he's gonna
and it's
surpass Brady, and he's gonna pass up all.
Well, they're saying he's on a trajectory to be the GOAT, and he's not.
Well, it's not him. It's not him.
He had 3.
A different style of quarterback. Totally different style of quarterback.
Totally, yeah. But
he's not the reason why we don't like him, though. If you think about it, he's not the reason. Because you very rarely hear the guy talk about anything. It's everybody in the media is so up his ass. So up his ass.
Tony Romo, I think him and Tony Romo have a little thing on the side together.
No doubt, man. Circle jerks or something.
I was gonna say a little rubbing. He's getting a little rub and tug on the side.
Hey, for the kid
himself, Collinsworth, same way.
Hey, for the kid himself, is he an amazing athlete? He is.
Yeah, he's a great athlete.
Does he keep his nose clean? Yes. Does he seem arrogant? Is he going out saying, "I'm the best"?
No.
He wasn't like, this guy. Remember this quarterback?
No.
Remember that guy?
Yeah, I will give him that. He's like, after plays, he doesn't seem to get like obnoxious. I'll give him that. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not him that drives me nuts. It's what everybody says about him drives me nuts.
I agree. I totally
the freaking ankle. I never want to fucking hear about his ankle again, ever.
That's like Kurt Schilling's bloody
Oh,
sock.
God.
Gee,
if
it's
I
so
hear it.
ridiculous.
But-
Like,
Yeah.
Little fun fact
Yeah.
though, Patrick Mahomes was drafted by the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, he was.
did he go to CMU by chance? No.
Yeah.
God,
I
there
think
you
he started out at CMU. He transferred.
In the transfer
Portal.
portal.
That's why the portal's so bad, Mike. That's it hurts
Full
CMU.
circle.
Mock draft. Mock draft.
Mock draft.
Freddie, we kid because we love.
go. Fuck off, all of you.
Oh fuck, that's
Ah.
awesome.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he got me. I saw it. Oh, my God.
Oh my God. All right. So Super Bowl wise, what was your favorite part? I'll ask that question.
Of this Super Bowl?
The end.
Yep.
Next level chef afterwards.
Yes.
I didn't even watch
What was
it,
your
but-
all right, let's just take the football game right out of it. What was your favorite commercial?
Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
I liked the Ben Affleck one at the Dunkin' Donuts.
That was
Uh,
good.
That was good.
That was good. And I like the Paramount Plus one.
What was that one? Maybe I missed
Yeah,
that.
what is that one?
It's where they had the Kay from Kay and Peele doing the AAA run up on the
Oh, yeah,
mountain,
yeah.
and
Okay.
and they had Dora talking and all. I mean, it was kind of funny. You gotta check it
Yeah.
out. It's pretty funny.
How about you, Mikey?
what was the one with the Breaking Bad guys?
Oh, the Doritos one.
Pop corners or some shit like that.
Yeah,
or whatever?
wasn't it a Dorito? A
think it
Dorito
was-
one.
Here, I'm just trying to Google it. I think it was Pop Corners. It's like they're like Doritos, but they're like, it's like, I don't know, it's fucking
All right.
popcorn. Yeah, Pop Corners. Breaking
Okay.
Good is the name of the commercial. I thought that was awesome. I love
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, so
All right.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the trailer of the new Indiana Jones movie was on
That was
there.
good.
I
That's
didn't see
yeah.
that. I must have been taking a dump or something.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
I like that
Oof.
because I'm a big Indiana Jones fan. So
Okay, so let me ask you guys this: what did you eat during the Super Bowl?
Mm.
Morgan's chicken buffalo dip. It was great.
But-
Morgan makes but it's like she puts like what the hell they call that? They put that shit on everything, that hot sauce and
Yeah,
Chicken
Frank's
and
hot sauce.
Frank's
yeah.
hot sauce.
Frank's
I put
hot
that
sauce
shit
and that,
on.
and she makes a great chicken buffalo dip, my man, and it's awesome. We ate that, and she made some breads with some stuff on it, and it was real good. So we didn't really hog out, but it was awesome.
We
You
didn't have
ever
anything.
heard of the hot sauce?
I didn't have anything
How-
special.
The hot
No.
sauce called shit the bed.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, that's the name of the
I've seen
hot
it.
sauce.
I
Shit the bed hot sauce.
want to see it. You got to get it on the show. If you get it, you got to go buy it and bring it on the
Okay.
show. I don't
Shit
believe
the
you.
bed.
How about that?
You don't believe me?
Nope, you got to show it to me. You got it in your house right now?
No, what I found it on TikTok, and Gage and I were looking at TikTok, and this guy does all this hot sauce stuff, eats different hot peppers and stuff.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's all
Shit the
shit
bed.
the bed hot sauce. And Gage is like laughing. He's like, shit the bed hot sauce.
So
You don't like
Mike-
spicy food, do you, Rob?
I do.
Like really spicy?
I used to like really spicy food, but in the last maybe 10 years, I like hot sauce. I like it to complement, but I don't really
Yeah.
get hot.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like all kinds of, I mean, I have every.
I'm gonna
hot
look for it
sauce.
though. Shit the bed. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. Shit the bed. It's called shit the bed.
I'll look it up on my computer.
Do you like
or my phone.
hot stuff, Tim? Like really hot stuff?
Not
I
the
only
Frank's
ask
Red
because
Hot
I'm wondering
Spice,
if you
but-
guys are at Fred and my level. Probably not.
No.
No, I love it. I got I worked with a couple Mexicans and they had some really good stuff. But my tolerance
That's
level
drugs,
got better.
Tim.
It's just-
We're talking about hot
yeah,
sauce.
I know. But
Way to profile and stereotype. Rob's
was,
comments are not everybody's beliefs on this show.
but the one guy, his wife made a salsa that would just knock your socks off. It was so hot, and I was at that point I wasn't really into it, but it got I guess I don't know, maybe just me, but or you guys experienced this. It's like you get a tolerance level, it gets a little better. You can go a little hotter.
Oh yeah,
it was
absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
So I never put hot sauce on anything. Now it's, on this or a jalapeno on something with, with the dips and whatever. Or on your hot sauce on your eggs. That's always good.
I love hot sauce on my
That's
eggs.
probably as far as I go.
I'll either put Tabasco on, or I'll put Tapatio on my eggs. It's pretty good.
I do sriracha. Sriracha.
Yep,
on
Yeah,
mine.
sriracha.
that too. That's great
know-
too.
You know what's
So
good is
yeah.
we had in Florida, Rob McEwen. We got fresh shrimp, right?
Oh God, yum.
Made fresh shrimp. Took sriracha and mayo, Hellman's mayonnaise, mixed it up,
Yeah.
and then
It's one of
simmered
Mike's
the-
favorites.
Simmered the
Both-
shrimp in that.
both top
oh
5.
my lord, it was awesome. Simmered in that was awesome. Rob's a great cook, but man, was that good. That's the first time I ever had that. Now I'm
Right.
addicted to it. I put chicken.
Sriracha has a hot garlic paste that I even like better than the actual sauce, and you do
Okay.
that with the mayo. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was really good.
The stuff in the jar. It's
Yeah,
in the jar. Yeah.
Yeah. So at our house we had Kevin and Tori over, and Connor, and then the clan here, and we had a spiraled ham. We had cheesy potatoes,
Ooh, nice.
Kevin's homemade sauerkraut, and sausage.
Awesome.
And between Kendra and Kevin, Kendra must have texted him like 3 times, and at least me one time, that we were making a Texas sheet cake, and he walks over, and he's got a Texas sheet cake. So we had 2 Texas sheet cakes. I'm like, what the
Nice.
heck? I'm like, he goes back and he reads it. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. So
Is
it's
that
just
He probably
bed-
thought that she
sheet
said,
the
"Can you
bed
bring a
sheet-
Texas cheat cake?"
right. Well, no, because
Sheet the bed cake.
Yeah,
Well,
sheet
yeah, sheet the bed.
cake.
Well, let's just say Kendra makes really good cheesy potatoes, which I know it's not hard to do, but what she does do them is fantastic. But
Special
her
sauce.
her Texas sheet cake is really, really good. So it was a good night, had a few drinky poos, had some wine and
Really?
some.
Shocking.
Oh, I never got my answer from
Yeah.
Kevin on the over/under.
Kevin
you-
on the oven.
Yeah. If Rob said that he would. What was the over and under on hearing the word ankle? Was
Yeah, I said I
120
won my
times.
$50 bet with my buddy down here. I had
Yeah.
120 times that they would say more than
That's
120 times say the word ankle. And then I said, Kevin, can you confirm or deny? I also had what did I say? 16
16 during the
watches.
Super Bowl and 25 for the day.
Yeah, 25 for
Yeah.
the day. I wanted to know if you were on the over or under on that list.
Yeah, I guess he must have missed that.
Yeah.
Well, were you over or under?
Was I over or under?
I didn't keep track.
That's over.
You're
Tim.
over.
That's over. That's over.
Were they
What'd
bush
you eat, Rob?
lattes?
I just had I had wings. Had buffalo wings.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with that too, because Kendra with the wings, with the deep fryer and stuff, and the sausage that she uses, and the way oh my God,
That
those,
was so good.
oh
Look
my
at Fred
God.
praising Kendra.
I
Wow.
know.
Look at him go, huh?
Are you taking shit from her? Like you're not praising her enough?
Did
and
she
you have to
watch
start
the
doing
show?
it?
No.
Is it
No.
my new over and under next week? Fred's gonna praise Kendra 16
Yeah. How
times
many
on the
times
show?
is Fred gonna praise Kendra?
Hey, who are you gonna praise, Rob?
Well, I'd like to tell you.
Hey, you better go shave that hand. But if you shave it, you won't recognize it.
Shave the palm. Oof.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
What's the weather been down there, Robbo?
you don't want to know, Tim.
Has it
You
been
want
bad?
me to tell you? 80 degrees,
well,
sunny,
Yeah, you bet. You
not a,
bet.
not a cloud in the sky.
all right. Frick.
It was 87 today. Tomorrow's going to be high of 82. It's going to drop down to 65 tonight.
Oh.
This weekend we're having a
Oh.
cold front. We're going to be in the low 70s and high 60s. So
Nice.
It hasn't been bad here though. I mean,
No,
today kind of sucked.
actually, it's been an extremely mild winter up here, so
changing
we've
up.
been so
It's
far, knock
changing.
on wood.
Well,
But-
hopefully it'll hold when I come up in March.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna be poo-pooed anyway, so it won't matter.
Well, we know you're going to be poo-pooed, Fred.
That's a given.
Yeah, so-
It's a given.
So let's change gears here a little bit, and
We're shifting.
Fred's got a topic.
Shifting.
yep. Let's talk a little bit about the tragedy at Michigan State this week.
Oh, terrible.
And like I would say to anybody, I believe that all of us would agree that we send our prayers and condolences to the families that were involved. For me, it was
A lot of people up there.
it was hard for me too because my daughter was there. But as I told you guys that Kendra and I were watching the hockey game and it came across the screen, so I hurried up and called her.
Yeah.
And when I called, she didn't answer like within the first couple of rings, so I was getting a little nervous. And then just before it goes to voicemail, she answers the phone, and you can tell that she's upset and distraught. And so
Yeah,
we talked.
that's sad.
So we talked a little bit, and I'm like, "Well, I'm just glad that you're okay." And this is the part that my hair on the back of my neck stood up, and it was, "Dad, you don't realize." I go, "What?" And I said, "I just left Berkey Hall at 8 o'clock from taking a
When
test."
it happened, 8:18 or something like
Yeah.
that.
So I'm like,
God was on her side, brother. God was on her
wait,
side.
I'm like, holy crap. And then while we were talking, after we talked, she started texting me. She says, the neighbors behind us said the guy just ran in between the houses, behind,
yeah.
and they're back of her house where she's at and in front of their house. And then about maybe a half an hour later, I texted her back, said, I'm not confirming, but the shooter has died of a self-inflicted gun wound, blah, blah, blah. But I can't confirm. She goes, well, I can confirm because he did it a block and a half away from my house.
That's crazy.
So, I don't understand the senseless act, especially when the guy who's 43 years old has no ties, no reason to walk on that. But I really feel bad for my daughter because not only that, she actually knew the Brian Frazier kid, the boy that was shot. Obviously, my daughter lives above a frat house, and obviously, the presidents have meetings and they would come to, so she knew him, through that, and she's having a real rough time, and then of course, there's kids there that Kendra knows, where there's family members where they went to Oxford
Oh yeah.
during that, and then they went to Michigan State, and now they had to deal with that. So I don't know what's, you don't know what to say or what to do, but when we send our kids off somewhere, we expect everything to be good and safe, and I'm sure Mike understands that. And it's just, it's one of those things where you just don't expect it to happen anywhere close to home. And that, to me, that was close to home to me. And I just really feel bad for the families and the kids that are over there and that administration. By the way, kudos to the East Lansing Police Department, the state police, the county, and as well as the public safety group of Michigan State, just jumping on it and being spot on, trying to control everything. So definitely commend them on their duties and what they did to protect the rest of the kids on the campus.
Yeah.
We
We
had
definitely had a
actually
plan
three-
in order. So
We had 3 family members there, right? Your daughter, Leslie's daughter, and then Uncle Dave's granddaughter.
Right.
They all attend that school. So I woke up that morning to like 12 text messages. Usually I wake up and there's 2 and there's 12. And I'm like, what the hell is all this? And I'm like, holy crap. Of course, then I turn on the we're getting so desensitized to this. I turn on the national news. There's no coverage. They're not talking about it. This is just a regular, everyday occurrence that happens now somewhere in the country.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not good. Not good.
Well, I
You know,
mean,
one thing about the police, the way you could tell Michigan State had their ducks in a row for everything, and they were ready for it. I guess you train for something like that, but you don't want it to happen. But they did a fabulous job of what to find that guy. And,
Yeah.
you know, security wise, and find him, and people were videoing and sending. As soon as his picture came out, he was done because people started identifying him, and they caught him that fast. So
Yeah.
pretty scary.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, like when we were in school, I mean, we practiced for tornado drills. That was and fire drills. That's all we.
That's it.
Now, in our life, you know, in my lifetime, I mean, I've only been a part of one bomb threat, and that was our senior year during the districts at St. Clair High School, and you know, with an 8-point lead, call a bomb threat. And then the funny thing is, the bomb threat, we go and sit in the locker room. Well, what if the bomb was in the locker room? And I just thought about that the other day. I'm like, how stupid is that? And then we came back out and played, and we went cold, and we ended up losing by 3. But I mean, but the thing is that was the only time I ever experienced it. But to go from bomb threats, you know, to tornado drills, to fire drills, now to you know, now you got to worry about active shooters and bomb threats.
Gage, as a 9-year-old, goes through that in 3rd grade. They do active shooter, active threat. They shut off all the lights. You know, and
well, I mean, these guys, they go to places where they know people can't have guns.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fucking cowards. There's no two ways about it. They're fucking cowards.
And you'll
they
never
go to
know.
places where they know
You'll never know.
people aren't going to shoot back because they don't have guns. You're not allowed to have guns as a student at Michigan State or any other college on the campus. And they go to movie theaters, they go to churches, all these places where you can't have guns. And it's bullshit. I wish these guys would just turn the gun on themselves. Honestly. And I know that mental illness is a real thing, but I would rather have the person just turn the fucking gun on themselves and injure other people or kill other people. It just doesn't.
Right.
Nobody talks about that. Everybody's afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Fuck it. These guys are fucking cowards. There's no question.
I mean, there's definitely got to be some. I mean, especially when the guy had a felony charge and then he pleaded down to a misdemeanor. Plus, he's got a history of mental issues. Yet he was able to buy a gun this year. And
he did buy a gun. That's how he got it.
Yeah,
but he never registered it, right? I don't think he registered it.
I'm sure he didn't.
I'm saying CPR. He never got a CPL or whatever. I think they're measured. The long story short, you think about it. I mean, what would possess a person to walk out of his house and say, this is where I'm going. You know, this is what I'm going to do. That's the sad part. You know, and I've always said, since day one of all this all these shootings to escalate is our, you know, schools and colleges are so far behind in technology. Kids prop doors up in the back to get in the doors to get to class quicker, or they go out the doors and they don't shut. I mean, you're pretty soon you're going to be going into these colleges, and you know they give them cards and everything. You're going to have to thumbprint to get into a door to an area, and then you're going to have to get into another area to go to school. That's how
that should be in place already. I mean, that's
it's pretty sad that
don't have it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that you have to have every school now basically have TSA
security
at the
you're
front
gonna have
door.
To have security. You're going to have how many buildings are on Michigan State campus? My Lord, right? You know, I mean, you got to have people. If you want your kids safe, first let's consider East China schools. If you want your kids safe, they're going to have to start paying for it now, more and more. You know, it's going to be you're going to have a a constable or whatever they call it, where they're in the school, you know, with a gun.
That's how it is in Florida. Gage has a
Marine City, St. Clair, Marysville, and Jeff, my brother-in-law, is the active police officer, the liaison officer.
Liaison, that's the word I'm talking about. Okay.
You know, and these are all guys that are former Macomb County sheriffs or state police. But the thing is, you know, they were talking about it, and you know, because obviously I work at St. Clair High School, and that whole week leading up to, you know, the shooting, there was a hack in the system in all the school districts throughout the state of Michigan, and giving out bomb threats and active shooter things sent to these schools from wherever. They still haven't figured out. They got the FBI involved in all of that stuff. Marine City went through a bomb threat, and it's just crazy, like when you see all that stuff. And of course, be
Well,
trying to be prepared for it. The sad part is when you start getting to where it's like, it happens a couple times and you go through it, and then when it really happens, it's like, the boy who cried wolf. It's like, no, it's probably just nothing. And all of a sudden you come around the corner and there's a guy with a gun. I mean, I hope it doesn't end up being like that, because what we talked about in the office the other day was, that someone says, well, if you want to solve this problem, you should put metal detectors right at the front door. They go, well, there's multiple doors to get into the school, so you'd have to have them at every entryway to get in.
And even what does that do? I mean,
Yeah.
unless he's in there's
and then you got to hire people. You got to hire people to actually work those, and then if somebody has the thing go off, that line backs up and it takes longer to get into the school. So I mean, there's got to be some ways of figuring that out. Maybe it is a thumbprint thing, or a swipe of a school card that gets you into the school, and that's the only way that you can get in. But
there's gonna be some changes going on in our country, and it's the way of the world now, and it's gonna happen, and people are just gonna have to get sped up to it. And because if not, you think about it, if there's guns in the school for protection, like Mike says, that person ain't going there. They're not. They know. Them kids know that, hey, there's one in that school. I'm not going in there. It's exactly what Mike says.
It sucks to live in terror, because when we live in terror, they win, right? Because this is what terrorists want. They want us to live in fear and terror.
Yeah.
And it sucks because nobody wants to live like that.
No.
Yeah. It's gonna change. I mean, how many years ago I talked to Joe Furdahl, and Joe Furdahl worked in the in the prison system, right? For how many years he retired. And I told him, Pops, you should make your own security businesses, put it out to the schools. Guess what they're hiring now? That's what they're hiring. So it's like, and all these retired police officers can do all that, and can go and be security, and it's the way we're going to have to do it. It's just, I mean, my kids, it's my kid. I got one kid left in school, and it's the same thing. I mean, but it can happen anywhere. Frustrated people can walk into a restaurant, and it's just mental illness is horrible out there.
When you go into any Tampa sporting event, it started out with the Bucks about 20 years ago, but now it's Tropicana and Amalie Arena too.
Yeah.
You go through an FBI face recognition thing. You don't know where it's at, but it goes through there because they have been so worried about the next terrorist attack being at a big sporting event with a lot of people. Yeah. So they have that there. But they have to notify you. So I mean, they address this. This has been a long standing thing in Tampa since they put it in Raymond James. It was probably about 15 years ago that they have to notify you that you're doing it. So when you buy a ticket, it's on the ticket to tell you that. Yeah. But it was a running argument for the first 5 years that they did that, because people said that's invasion of privacy. It's this. It's that. Yeah.
Well, it's give or take. You think about the guy.
Oh, would you rather die or worry about your privacy?
Yeah.
It's not like they're not looking at you, without your clothes on. They're not doing a strip search or something. They're just looking at your face.
The guy that entered had face cover on. He had his mask on. He had his hat pulled down with a hood over. So, and they just got him with a security camera. But like if you say, you get that scanner out there and he's walking in the building, you can only get in that building in one area, and it scans him and says he's not even a student or whatever, now your alert's on, so it's just, it's too crazy. It's
the problem is it's that a lot of these people that are doing it, they've done nothing else in the past. They have no record. So the checks that when they check the people out, they don't have a record. So yeah, let them buy a gun. I mean,
Right.
there's
It's
what do you do from that point? Yeah, these people might be mentally ill, but do you want somebody to say, okay, you need to go to a psychiatrist, and now it's up to the psychiatrist to determine whether you should own a gun or not? That's not going to fly.
No,
So,
it's bad. You know, this whole backpacks full of magazines to stick in. What he entered the place with 2 guns, 2 handguns, right? So I mean, he had magazine after magazine in his backpack. You know, so he was going into
I don't think
terrorize.
guns are not the issue. You know, we have a
No,
bigger issue than
mental
the
illness.
guns. I'm not an NRA guy. I'll just tell you, personally, February 7th was the 1-year anniversary. My dad took his own life with a handgun. He was able to purchase the handgun after he had been Baker acted twice for, going in, because he, obviously went to Vietnam and had a lot of issues with that.
Sure.
Had fought depression. And so I asked the sheriff, that directly. I'm like, how I don't understand how he was able to purchase a gun after being Baker acted once in 2002 and once in 2012 or whatever. They didn't have an answer to it. So I'm a big, hey, I don't want to take guns away. I'm not a big NRA guy. I do feel we have the right to bear arms. I'm a Republican, so I stand on a lot of those issues. But I do think there needs to be some maybe checks and balances on some of this stuff. But you're right, Mike. We don't have data points on most of these guys because they're like first time offenders when they pull this thing off. And it's, you can't, how do you defend that? And even if he couldn't buy a gun legally, would he go get a gun illegally?
Sure.
That guy's good, yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, that saying works for everything. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can get a gun even if you can't purchase it legally. There's no question that's going to happen. So I don't think anybody has the answer. No, there's no one final answer. I mean, do we need more security at schools? I would say, I think we need it there more than anywhere where you're not allowed to have guns. Yeah, I think we need more security there. What about the military? I mean, I'm tired of the military going outside of the U.S. to fight everybody else's battles. How about bring them back and why not? Why not?
I like Timmy's idea though. There's going to be a lot of baby boomer retired cops out here. I mean, we're talking like
a slew
trend of them, and they're going to be looking for ancillary work. I mean, that might be a good. In Florida, there are crossing guards already. All these retirees come down to be crossing guards. Every intersection in Manatee County has to have a crossing guard there.
Yeah.
I think we need to get people that aren't retired, though. I think we need people that are more active. I mean, no disrespect to retired police officers, but if you got several people running around in a school, I don't think one guy is going to be able to do it, especially not a retired guy,
Right.
I think
it's retired. I mean, we're talking retired, like Jeff.
I understand that,
but I mean, we're not talking to somebody who's 75, 80 years old.
But if you had a known that the first idea there is that you have a known presence, that if you go through this door, you're going to be, there's a guy there with a gun. That's the first thing.
And you will be eliminated.
Usually there's not. So that's why they go in. So, I mean, they're going to make a conscious decision. Okay, well, if I go in, there's a chance that I'm going to get shot, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If they know that, it's like walking up to somebody that's wearing a gun on their hip. Do you want to mess with that person or mess with the next guy that you don't see a gun on them? I mean, it's just
the hard part. The hard part about it is they don't allow, like CPLs on campus. You can't take them on college campus, so you can't have a concealed weapons permit and then carry on campus. So, which I have one. When I go to Morgan's games anywhere, you can't take it with you. So you have to put it in your car, or you have to put it away, or you don't take it. So somehow or another, I think we got to meet in the middle and come up with with a way to, one, you're gonna have better security. Two, mental, you gotta get a handle on this mental illness. It's horrible, I mean, it's bad. It's bad.
Well, the
I'm in
problem is
Rob.
that
I'm in
there's not
Rob's
enough.
boat, man.
Yeah, there's not enough people to service the amount of people that are having mental
No.
issues. And I mean, and it could be on all different levels. It could go from
Oh yeah.
schizophrenia to
Yeah.
ADHD, anxiety, all that stuff. That's
Depression.
depression. I mean, there's a million things. So the other day, I mean, not too long ago, when Kendra, Lauren, and I went to the movies at MJR in Chesterfield. We're purchasing our tickets, and a cop walks in and speaking to the manager, and they're talking freely in front of people walking by. Somebody found a clip in the theater.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't clear the theater. They didn't go somewhere and talk about it where nobody else would hear about it. Just openly talk. Had no plan of evacuating. Who knows if the guys, the person who dropped it, had something planned. The thing is, so I spoke to the manager after the movie. I said, you ruined the two girls' whole night because you guys are stupid enough to sit there with a police officer who I completely blame for the fact that you guys find a clip and you bring it out in a manila envelope, and you're talking about it freely, like it's hey, I found a purse, dude, really? You clear the whole place out and you do a search, and you bring multiple police officers checking in and checking the people walking in with or without a gun in their thing. I mean, it's ridiculous. They had no protocol whatsoever. And there's a perfect place. There's a perfect place to have some kind of mass shooting. Kind of the one year when Batman came out and the guy came in there and started popping people that were in the line.
Yeah, you know what?
They had the
something like
mass
that, I
one here
guarantee
in
you.
Wesley Chapel like 10 years ago in Florida.
Well, they had a bunch of them in France not too long ago where guys, they go into the theater district to do it on purpose because they can't have guns there,
Yeah.
So.
Right.
That's not the first time that probably happened. They probably find, in all honesty, in those theaters, I guarantee you, they find more handguns. People drop them, don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
I was
sure.
thinking use condoms, but okay.
Well, or popcorn holders with a hole cut out at the bottom.
You're in a different mindset, Rob. You're in a different.
Always. He's always there.
He's
always. All right. Give us another topic. What are we doing? Come on.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Roxy
pretty
Music
sad.
is
That
in
was
the
a sad
Hall
deal
of
there.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We're out. The Hall of Fame's out.
Yeah, don't keep bringing that up.
Right next to Run DMC and the Ronettes.
The Michigan State deal was a sad deal. We talked about the Super Bowl. What else? Come on.
And we talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So on that note, next week.
Yeah, we're already like over an hour.
Yeah. So
what do we have next week, Freddie? Do we have
I really haven't gotten anybody yet. I'll try to make some arrangements. I'm gonna see if Ruth wants to come on and also probably Lisa and maybe Michelle Smith, at some point.
Lisa wasn't feeling well, right? Do you hear that?
Right, yeah, she's fine. She's going to Mexico on a trip.
She had the same thing I had.
Ringo Starr just by himself is.
Look, he can't let it go. He just can't let go of the Hall of Fame.
I can't let
Mike,
it go.
mute his ass.
Oh, listen, I do want to make one plea here. If Ruth, if you're still listening to the show,
she does. She asked me if we're having a show tonight.
And I can't believe you are if you still are listening to this shit. But if you are,
God love her. God love her.
So I really don't want. You'd be my favorite guest because you're the only one that stuck with us from. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean you've commented, you've helped produce the show. Please come on the show. I'm begging you. I want you on the show.
Cool. So I will do everything. Awesome. Tell us how you really feel, Rob. Okay, awesome. So, hey, just to let you guys know, hey, congratulations to Rob, Mike, I can't because he's just new.
Oh,
So
no,
no,
you gotta
I
put
just,
him in there.
I'm
You gotta
messing.
put
I'm
him in there.
I'm just messing. Hey, congratulations not only on a 1 year, but doing 50 episodes. And again, you know, not a, and on a sad note, but hey, just keep your kids and your loved ones in everybody's mind, because that whole tragedy, it always comes, too close to home. So
Sure does.
all of us, prayers and condolences to the 5 victims that are in Sparrow Hospital, and the 3 victims that passed away, 2 from Grosse Pointe, one from Clawson. And just remember, because love's got to be more in this world. There's got to be more love than hate, and it's unfortunate we can't do that. So
Today we're all Spartan fans.
yep, go green.
Go white.
There we go. So on that note, hey, again, folks, we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube, not YouTube, to TV.
YouTube,
Good
YouTube.
YouTube.
We're on to Twitter.
Yep, we're on
Do I get to
Twitter.
say
We're on,
it?
on
Do I get to
Instagram.
say it? Spit it out, fucker.
That's right. Yeah,
Instagram, Twitter,
yep, Instagram, Twitter,
Facebook, YouTube.
Facebook. You can catch the show.
What's
You-
Trump's
Back
platform? We have to get
pages,
on there.
MySpace, back page.
Yeah, yeah,
MySpace.
right. MySpace.
Is
Oh my
anyone
God,
up or whatever
Yeah,
the
right,
fuck that was?
So if you like the show, hit the notification button, hit the like button. We'll send you it'll send you notifications.
God
But
sake,
most
if
of-
you don't like the show, just fucking hit the like button, please.
Yeah,
That's right.
what
Just
the hell?
hit the like button. What's it going to cost you?
So we will all of us will see you next Thursday for another show of the Idiot Circle. And again, I'm Fred.
Hi, Fred.
I'm Mike.
I'm Rob.
I'm Tim.
Wow, Tim. See, Tim took a long time because he had to sing "Happy Birthday" to remember what his name was.
That's right.
That's old. You said that last week.
I know.
Yeah, it is old. He said
it
it
works.
several times.
I know. So it's my dad and me. Sorry.
Deuces, guys.
Yep. Peace out,
Peace.
brothers.
2 and 2.